For those of you who just joined us, this is the Versus System 2PCG Quarantine Cup Top 4. We've got Bert and Black Cat running up against Robbie and the Captain Marvel MCU. This is best of 3, and right now they are both tied up one each. So whoever wins this game will move on to the finals. Thank you very much for joining us on Twitch. We will be running our streams this week exclusively, or rather from now on, exclusively on Twitch for the first 24 hours. Then we'll be posting those in our other streams. So if you want to see it live and you missed it, make sure you give us a follow on Twitch so you don't miss all the fun action. We've got a lot going on this week, and we'll cover that a little more later on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's definitely a super exciting week for Versus stuff.
I sure do.
Yeah, we're going to be talking to you a lot this week.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. Looks like I think Robbie kept and Bert's taking that mulligan. You got to be extra picky because you're going first. It's just, it's
Yeah,
it's
Bert
scary.
mulliganed his first game.
Come on, baby.
Come on,
All right.
garbage.
Here we go. Here's the 7. You ready? You ready for this, baby?
I'm ready.
That's the best 7 I can.
And Bert's getting them bumped up.
5, 6, 7. Oh my!
It all comes down to this.
Here we go.
All right.
Yes, this is the final game to decide who will make it to the finals of the Quarantine Cup.
So good.
Hot hand right there.
And right out of the gate, Bert drops the vault and passes to Robbie.
Bifrost.
It's also tough for Bert because looking at his deck list,
Go for the swing for 1.
Yep.
he's playing 4 Mystique on 1 as opposed to what you would expect to see from a Black Cat deck, which would be the 4 copies of Zola from the Hydra team. But a lot of these decks in the top cut are teched out for the Outrider matchup, which didn't end up showing up at all. So
Go.
it's a little tough with the these cards that you're drawing that aren't particularly optimal in the matchup that you're playing because you expected to see a lot of Outriders in the top cut. So his discard engine is a little weaker than it might normally be.
Langley.
Surprise.
Yeah, 2 turns for Bert, only 2 resources, nothing else played, and Robbie's already starting to show off the lone gunman.
Yep, the gunmen start to do their thing.
You got 7?
Yeah.
7?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just roll. 3.
1, 2, 3. This one.
Yeah.
It's dual maul.
A dual Maw Leviathan
Dual
gets
Maw.
hit.
That's a pretty good one to hit.
Definitely a good card for Black Cat, but not crucial to the level up at
Brie
least.
Larson
So
go in
She goes in.
and pass.
Okay.
second
This
XP
one
for Captain Marvel there, attacking from the front row. So
It wasn't broken.
I got a Mavs report go for you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow, 3 turns in a row and only dropping 3 resources.
Jesus.
I wonder if he's just bricking, has nothing to play, or if he's just really trying to conserve his hand size, to kind of assure that level up. I don't know that he's going
Yeah,
to
trying to keep that advantage.
He has the exact setup he needs for a Mind Gem activation. Just no Grandmaster in his hand, it looks like.
Yondu, I'll call heroes.
Yep.
So all he would need to do is use that Wakanda and that Madripoor to go grab the gem, put it onto the Grandmaster for free. I think that's really what Bert, really what he wants to see at this point.
Yep.
Gonna discard another random card though with Langley. Those lone gunmen put in so much work. What a powerful
Is it 6 or
set of
7?
cards those gunmen are.
Have 7.
All right. Nope. Reroll. 5, 6.
This
Yep.
one.
That's the one.
Okay.
And this time, loses a shock.
Which
It's a
potentially
beautiful
represents a
promo
wound
version of that
he's gonna
shock.
have to take, but now he's gonna have to take that wound.
Team attack.
Yeah, that's
For 6.
I love that
I
promo
have
shock to the
minus
system, and
1
that's
for the
absolutely
fire as
killer.
well.
Yes.
Okay. I'll go to 1.
That's the turn.
Black Cat takes her first wound.
6, 7.
Goes to 1. And already it's not looking good for Black Cat here. However, we saw in that last game that she can really pull it out in the late game. Her top end of Dark Phoenix could spell trouble if he can survive long enough.
Yeah, I believe he only took 2 wounds last game.
Yep. Yeah, Grandmaster right here would be exactly what Bert wants. That would go a huge ways to help him out. Okay, you see another vault. Will we see Grandmaster Soul Gem or Grandmaster Mind Gem rather?
I think I have to pass again.
Oh my goodness, he's gonna have to pass again.
Oh man,
Game
4
for me.
turns,
Yeah,
4
what to say,
resources,
what a-
and a pass.
Pass turn here. No, don't know how I feel about that.
Hmm. Played the resource. Yeah.
Yep. All right, we'll move back into main.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I'll keep it like this.
Okay.
All right, I'll pitch another buyers.
Those gunmen, another buyers,
Another gunman.
You should
or a
be.
counter,
Are
and
you
a
at
random
6 now
discard.
or
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7? 'Cause
I
you
drew
got-
one off Rohickey.
That's right. Okay. Oh yeah, that thing. Forgot about that.
All right, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
It is a Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
So Bert just lost a card,
2 very quickly.
and Robbie's got himself 7 cards in hand. So this could be the first time that Bert will be up a card. Well, actually, no, they're going to probably be tied.
Yeah, after playing that resource, I think you're tied. I think they're always
6, that'll be 9. Okay.
even. You get the Grandmaster.
Oh
you
man.
get a-
Go ahead, dude.
Oh my god.
This is the wildest game I've seen.
Man.
We saw some pretty cool matches between this, but something like this is
Good for our
is
heroes.
really unique to see.
You
5
pass.
turns, 5 resources, and all passes.
A comeback. This
I'm going to move Langley to the front.
Hell yeah.
Go for the team attack. Level up Carol.
Mm-hmm. Carol is now a 6/7. Is that right?
6, 7.
And
yes, sir.
Captain Marvel decides to level up. So now she's a 6/7.
Pass the turn.
Okay. 1, 2. Well, that's not so bad.
Now we go into
Not at
the
all.
6th turn for Black Cat.
Okay.
And we see our first supporting character.
He sees the lightning crack. He raises his combi stick and he is imbued with lightning. Let's see what we get from the homie.
It is,
And he starts digging for...
It's gonna be something good, man. It's gonna be something real juicy.
always is. There's only 3 good ones in there. It's
Yeah,
always
right.
something good. Always something good. Only 3 good ones.
Oh, and it's the Mind Gem.
The gym.
Well, I mean, I gotta go talk to Yondu, man. This guy's really creeping me out. You have a bunch of cards in your hand for me, right?
I do.
Okay.
I got 8.
Okay, that's a lot of cards, man. How tall is what's his face?
Langley is a 5'8".
5'8". What a character.
Well, 5'8" on a Langley. It's big.
City Hunter's gonna go talk to Yondu. Because he's Mary Poppins, y'all.
We got Ghost into Yondu.
Let's pass that turn.
dropped out there for a second. Looks like you did not get the mind.
No, that's fine. It's been a unique night.
Bifrost down.
Bifrost is down.
So see, maybe a Groot here from Robbie, I would think, around turn 6.
Yeah, he's got 6 resources now.
It's been a rough game for Bert, to say the very least.
It's been a rough game, but I don't know any other matchup that could go 5 turns and only come out with 3 wounds and not do anything and come out with 3 wounds.
All 3
That's
go.
true.
Hell yeah.
Call the bat.
So we're gonna see another Batwoman into the game with
Bat signal.
Alter Ego, setting up Robbie for the turn 8 Captain Marvel play later on.
Yep.
Pay 5.
He's got Heimdall
Michelle Geller.
Mm-hmm.
Could be grabbing
going
a
after
Buffy,
Buffy.
Then with her 5 remaining resources.
Yep.
Me.
Yep.
Seems real good.
he can get Buffy big enough, that could be the end of Ghost, regardless of his 2 wounds that he's got. Get slayed.
Yeah, that's true. She does have that Slayer ability, which is lethal against all evil characters.
And friend from work for 7.
She is a
Going in
7/7.
with
I
a
think when
friend
she's
from work
stunned, she
to
removes that,
match Ghost 7 defense with her 7
Remove
attack
the
now.
supporting character, you may remove it from the game.
Trying to remove him from the game with her slayage.
Felicia's got something to say about that. Do you have any effects, or you just did the friend from work, right?
I'm just the friend from work.
Just a friend from work.
So
Okay.
Bert picks up his hand. He's looking for something.
Let's flash in
A
this
dramatic
big
entrance
brother, Jungle Hunter.
to bring out the
Okay.
Jungle Hunter,
I'm
obviously,
gonna
which
go
will ramp
grab
him.
myself a
So we could see a sentry feasibly next turn.
from the deck.
Looks like, yeah, he grabs the yellow. I wonder
Yeah,
if
he
it's
grabs the yellow.
sentry.
You are still 7/7, so you will slay the
I
Jungle
think
Hunter.
Bert might just be off trying to level this turn
RSG.
and just trying to get to his
And then I'm
late
gonna
game
stealth
cards.
in with Captain Marvel at Black I was about to call it Black.
It would be incredible again to see a sentry followed up with a Dark Phoenix swing this game into Bert's favor. Would be absolutely amazing to see that.
One if I don't have to. I'm going to play myself a Shock to the System, special edition.
That puts me down
And
to
a shock.
3.
Yes.
Yeah, Chat's saying they only saw one Dark Phoenix when he was unloading all those cards. So,
1,
but
2,
Yeah,
3,
shuffling that up, we
he
don't
has
know
a-
if he's got anything in his hand.
Yeah, he's got a decent number of cards in his hand, and
and pass the turn.
Pass the turn.
we didn't see him discard it off the Lone Gunman.
Our hero
But he is up to
draws 2
4
cards.
wounds, so he's got
He
1
has
wound
7 in
left.
the hand.
So if he's
Yikes.
going to make a move, it's going to have to be now.
That's right, because of the stealth that Captain Marvel had that turn.
Is there any way I
So-
can get rid of all of the cards in your hand?
It's now or never, I
Sounds
think.
like.
Slam down that sentry.
Yeah, he's got to level her up, and he's got to do a lot of discarding.
Would just be way bigger than you, I guess, in the hand size. I'm at 7 now.
And you need to play your Dark Phoenix and call keywords before Robbie has a chance to bring out his 8-drop Captain Marvel, because she has higher, further, faster, and will just super fly into the back row regardless of what's in the front,
Still play a
and
resource
hit
as
that
well.
last wound onto Black Cat, which is not what Bert wants.
Yeah, luckily Bert does have a bit of an advantage on the resources with gaining that yellow last turn, and he has not played a resource this turn yet.
Yeah, so he's ahead enough that if he has just the right lineup that he needs, he could squeak out of this with the win.
Play this down here.
Okay,
Play
so we've got ourselves 8 resources.
Come on, Sentry.
He laid his hand down.
I saw that. He can't pass, right? I mean, he can't.
But being at 1 wouldn't level me. Okay. So we might just have to play Dream Team.
Oh, that was a Grandmaster and a Mind Gem that Bert just flashed. So no Sentry this turn.
I'm gonna play the Dream Team.
Yep.
Yeah, because there was no way that he was going to level up this turn. There's just no way that he can get that many cards out of Robbie's hands.
Oof. He's gonna have to work hard to dodge that last wound next turn. Going for the discard instead of the draw effect.
Cards in the deck for me.
I would have thought at this stage you maybe draw cards to try to get your defensive cards into your hand. But it looks like he's thinking.
What you got planned over there, guy?
Yeah, if he
I'm gonna draw 3.
okay, he's gonna go ahead and draw 3. But if he had gone with the random discard, he could have gotten rid of that 8-drop that he knows is coming.
That's not so bad.
Yeah. Oof.
So I have 5 points.
It's a tough choice. Definitely a tough choice.
Spent 3. I'm at 8. Yep. I'm gonna play.
He still has 5 recruit left.
Impersonator.
And a Mystique.
Mystique is her name. Yeah. Okay. First things first. Ghost into Heimdall.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a red, so he could set off the mutant bomb,
Bad luck here.
which would put 3 -1, -1 counters on
-1,
each
-1,
enemy
whatever
front
you
row character.
No. Bad luck is the.
Oh, bad luck is get rid of a card.
Yeah,
Discard.
Looks like he's going with bad luck
I'll take
to
your Captain Marvel.
discarded a Captain
Oh,
Marvel.
he
which,
did discard a Captain Marvel. Wow.
which must mean he had multiple in his hand. So I know he's playing 4 in the deck. So I would assume it was going to come down almost no matter what. I think he was holding multiple.
How many resources do you have up? 6?
Six.
Okay. Hmm. Do not have any colors showing.
I think Bert is just really
Rough, man.
crossing his fingers here that he can survive
This is a close
into the
one.
next turn and drop Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, he's got to survive the next turn
I'm
to
gonna.
have any chance.
So he'd be
And
a
that's
2/2, he'd be a
tough.
2.
I think we've seen 2 shocks and 1 dramatic.
All right, let's bomb.
He drew
Let's
cards
bomb.
with
That's
the
right
Mind
move.
Gem.
Just wrap your front row.
Yeah,
I'll
so he's
pass.
decided not to attack and go ahead and set off the mutant bomb from Mystique.
Cleans up the front row a little bit. I think that's probably the right call. Mystique's not much of a... She's not doing much to protect you in the front row. I think the better thing is to kind of bring your opponent's guys down to size is the better way that she has to kind of protect you.
So we got an Anya and a Yondu who calls Hero.
Oh, okay, that's
So it makes
interesting.
it
I
a
would have
little
thought
less.
maybe villains to kill the Grandmaster.
We'll go like that. Moving to main. Pitch a Frohickey.
Frohickey for the random discard and to draw a card.
You got 10
And
cards in hand.
Only 6.
it's gonna
Oh, okay.
if Bert
Yeah, he's
makes
got
it out here, it's gonna
he's
be
got
like
6 cards in hand, so this will be interesting to see what Bert could possibly lose.
1.
if he makes it out of this, it's by the skin of his teeth.
The wall.
He had the Sentry? What?
He had the Sentry.
Oh my. He might have drawn that.
Buffy, Anya going
Yeah,
in
because by the time
for-
he started playing, he had already spent 3.
Right, yeah. Okay, so he probably drew that off the Mind Gem then. That's
Yeah, most
tough to
likely.
lose.
Yep. I will get
But you'd
that.
rather
Oh,
lose
he's-
that than Dark
Anya, I
Phoenix.
guess.
Alright. Langley.
He is running 3 of those, and we haven't seen one of those get discarded yet.
Grandmaster.
Right, yeah. Ghost is gone. Just Grandmaster left there. Mind Gem will go back to the deck. And now he's got 5 cards in his hand to shield himself from this last team attack.
4 plus 3.
That is a 7 team attack to 5 defense. Shock to the system
Yeah.
might do it.
Uh,
A dramatic entrance would
play
definitely
this
get you
word.
out of
It's
trouble.
called, good game. Congratulations. And
Mm.
good luck in
And
fighting.
he is sweeping. He is going to go ahead and scoop, so that will be the end. Robbie takes it 2-1. Incredible games, all 3 of these. So we'll go ahead and unmute and get in and talk with these guys, see what they what was going through their minds, and
I think I
Bear with-
shouldn't have. I think I shouldn't have dramatic on the ghost. I should have dramatic on the cat.
Man, tight game.
Yeah, that was
hey
good.
guys,
Hey,
great game, great games rather from both of you. Those were incredibly close. Some amazing polls coming between the 2 of them. Bert, we'll start with you. I know personally that you're a fan of Black Cat. You're a fan of the hand control, the discard decks. What did you feel? What was different about this than what you've run before?
So yeah, me and Felicia go way back. What was different now than last time was, let me try and fish this card out. The Dream Team, as I called it in our games. This particular Infinity Gem allows her to actually be relevant in the game going first. A lot of the times the opponent knows to make Black Cat go first, and like she's always under their hand size, so she never levels up. But this changes that because if you can set up like Wakanda's, like if you have a Wakanda, a yellow, and like a Volt, you can play the Dream Team on 3, and then all of a sudden they're down 3, and then you bad luck them, so they lose 4 cards, and then you're ahead, and then you just stay ahead for the rest of the game. Didn't line up that way in Game 3, but it's really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, so for game 3, 5 turns, 5 resources, no plays.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind?
I'm generally speaking, I'm okay with Black Cat going to 2. I don't want to start giving away cards to the opponent until I'm at 3 to give. So really, I was just looking for a dramatic entrance off the top. I had Dual Maul in my hand, I had Ghost, and I had Jungle Hunter, and any of those from this card would have changed it a little bit for me, because I would have went and got like a yellow or a Wakanda for the Mind Gem and like gotten back in the game. It didn't work out that way draw wise, but yeah.
No, that's the second game. You could really tell the difference between Black Cat going first and second. But that third game there with you going first and then going through 5 turns, we were all very surprised.
Yeah.
Waiting to see what would come out of that. But great games all the way around.
Thank you.
Robbie, so we saw you a couple weeks ago playing Captain Marvel MCU, different build obviously because it was a different format.
Yep.
What did you change up on that to focus on this build?
Well, I thought my predictions coming in top 8 was going to be a little bit more combat heavy. I thought, if we saw Outriders, we saw Outriders, but I thought we were going to see a little bit more Rogues, Thors, a little bit more aggression, things that want to fight and get in there. And I think she just has a very good, almost a counter to that. So that's why I still kept with her. Obviously, I took out some of the lesser amazing cards. Ironically, from Ladies' Night, it showed me the power of Anya. Not super relevant in this match, but in my other matches with her, she was just so good. And I just put in a little bit more efficient cards. Here, the last ones weren't as amazing with my top 8, but the Lone Gunman changed dramatically, as well as being put in Heimdall to make it a little bit more streamlined with discard and spreading -1 counters and just drawing cards and gaining advantage.
Yeah, that Lone Gunman trio you had going on seemed to really be kind of the MVP of keeping that deck running.
In this match, I knew it was the only way I would win is if I went second and drew the gunman. Specifically, obviously, Langley and more Frohickeys than buyers to be able to keep up the card advantage and just be able to pressure more efficiently without giving away the levels.
Yeah, it's awesome. It totally worked. So congratulations to you, Robbie.
Thank you.
We will see you in the finals.
Yes.
We have the next group coming up this Thursday, right here on Twitch, 7 p.m. Central. We've got a Spider head-to-head with Spider-Woman going up against Spider-Man MCU. And the winner of that will obviously face Robbie in the finals. Also, tomorrow, we've got something we've never done before. We've got right here on Twitch, 7 p.m. Central. We've got our very own C-Stacks and Mr. Ben from the Build Phase podcast, who have gotten early access to the Fantastic Battles. We've asked them to put a couple of decks together, and so we're going to put them up against each other and see what the Fantastic Battles is bringing to the table, especially with the outer space featured format coming up. So definitely check that out. Join us again tomorrow, and then Thursday for the other build. Also, keep an eye out on upperdeckblog.com. Starting next week, we're going to start looking at the Herald card previews. We've got 3 more three more main characters for the Fantastic team coming in, including quite a few Heralds, and we've got a lot of fun planned out. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you, C-Stacks, for creating the Quarantine Cup. Is there anything, any questions you have for them, Caleb?
No, no questions. I don't think. Just great games from both of you guys. I think I talked to both of you guys before. and about how the lone gunmen were really going to be the linchpin of this matchup, and we all three agreed, and that ended up kind of being kind of how it played out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously a great series of games, guys.
Thanks for having us, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching, chat. Thank you for taking the time. Everybody stay safe, and we'll catch you again next time. Bye, guys.